For her sisters in IWPC prayer group, Toyin was an unyielding intercessor of outstanding repute and a friend of the Holy Spirit. At Tremor Coker Wisdom House as well, she is known as a never-give-up prayer warrior.
Apart from being a woman of faith that every one of us in prayer committee, we know, slogan then was that I know my Redeemer liveth. My late friend was also a woman with a humble spirit. I met her in the pastorate. I mean, she was far more experienced than me. But I tell you something, God used her to prepare me. I never knew I was going to marry a pastor. But my yoking with her prepared me. There were a lot of attributes in her that I said, if God will ever answer me in the area of marriage, I'm going to copy some of those things. She was a humble woman, humble to the core. I mean, I happened to be her leader in the IWPC prayer cell. But I tell you, anytime, I mean, she respected the grace of God upon my life.
Who lived for Christ, an addict of the Holy Spirit. You may want to disagree with her over certain issues, but you can't take away the fact that in very little things, she still wanted to trust the Holy Spirit. I can also tell you that even as little as very material things as what she's going to put on, she always asks you, have you asked the Holy Spirit? She lived for Christ. Even our worst enemy will know that she lived all her life for Christ and absolutely dependent on the Holy Spirit.
Reverend Oluwatoyin Oni will be fondly remembered by all and sundry. I say this, with the knowing that, I mean, after we both joined the intercessory prayer committee, a challenge came in the area of our health. And I tell you what, I tell you one thing. That challenge even made her to double her efforts. Her commitment was, something that can be fondly remembered for. Pastor Toyin was a woman of faith. She was a woman of the word. And she was a woman that when she's interceding, she intercedes with a burden.
A sweet mom indeed she was, and so fondly perceived by her children for her ability to balance all facets of motherhood and family life with discipline. She was never overbearing or over-pampering. A giver, yet firm and resolute in her ways, she played her role excellently.
She was everything. She was very strict and disciplined, and at the same time, she was very loving and caring. She knew how to balance everything, and she was a total woman, a total mother, total person. She used to advise me a lot about boys, about books, about my relationship with God and every other thing. Everybody always says that the boy is mommy's pet, and my younger brother Damnala was like, that was just his role, because he was mommy's boyfriend, so to speak. He would come, he would give her a peck, not on her cheek but on her mouth, and then everybody would be vexing and saying, why is he doing that? But it was his own way of showing that he cared. And for the fact that he did that, he was very close to her. He did everything in her power to make sure that he was happy and he was okay. But at the same time, with the same way she showed him love, she would also correct him. Anytime he did anything wrong, she would deal with him accordingly. My sister, at some point, I don't know, she became closer to dad, but even in that state, she still knew that, yes, mommy is king in this area and some other areas, and she just had to follow suit. Mommy was always the one who would go to, okay, I have a problem with this. And I remember one time in my GS3, she came all the way to Lorraine where I was schooling to teach me some business studies accounts. And I know I was so happy when in that examination, that particular account balanced. That is just her area. When it comes to the spiritual aspect, everybody runs to daddy. And then when it comes, sometimes financial advice, if you know you need money, daddy will give you what you need, but mommy will give you more than what you need sometimes. So that's how it is. Everybody has their area.